On April 8th, 2024, Indiana falls dark beginning at 2:01 p.m. Central Time, when the shadow of the moon descends on the state for the first time since August 7th, 1869. As the umbral shadow sweeps through the southwestern part of Indiana, the town of Mount Vernon sees the sun extinguished for 3 minutes and 31 seconds. 18 miles to the east, and 1 minute later, the 117,000-person city of Evansville plunges into darkness for exactly 3 minutes, beginning at 2:02 and 25 seconds. 20 seconds later, the town of Vincennes, located right on the Indiana-Illinois border and almost directly bisected by the center line of the eclipse path, falls dark for 4 minutes and 6 seconds. The eclipse continues its progression northeast and into the Eastern time zone, with the shadow of the moon reaching the town of Washington at 3:03 and 18 seconds, and reaching the city of Terre Haute at 3:04 and 11 seconds, with totality lasting for 3 minutes 59 seconds and 2 minutes 56 seconds respectively. About 100 miles southeast of Terre Haute, and back in the central time zone, the festively named town of Santa Claus, Indiana, sees totality 11 seconds later, at 2:04 and 22 seconds. Darkness will fall in Santa Claus for just under 2 minutes. Much closer to the central line of the eclipse path, and once again back in the Eastern time zone, the shadow of the moon sweeps through the city of Bloomington 24 seconds later, at 3:04 and 48 seconds. At 3:05 and 44 seconds, totality reaches the suburbs of Indianapolis, the largest city by far in Indiana to experience totality, and the 6th largest city along the entire eclipse path on that day. For just shy of 4 minutes, between 3:05 and 3:09 p.m., 870,000 people see the sun disappear from the sky. Surprisingly, this almost 900,000 person spectacle represents only 1/4 of all the people in Indiana that will see the sun disappear that day, making Indiana the 3rd most populous state to experience totality on April 8th. After over 1 million people see the skies over Indianapolis darken, the eclipse continues east, plunging the towns of Anderson, Newcastle, and Connorsville into darkness within a 30-second span between 3:06 and 3:07 p.m. At this exact time, totality also reaches the 66,000-person city of Muncie, located less than 20 miles off the center line, darkening the skies there for 3 minutes and 47 seconds. 45 seconds after this, but to the northwest of Muncie, the 60,000-person city of Kokomo, bisected by the northern limit of totality, experiences up to 90 seconds of a total solar eclipse. Conversely, 65 miles to the east, the 266,000-person city of Fort Wayne, just 5.5 miles north of the eclipse path, fails to see the corona, the chromosphere, or any prominences, instead experiencing a 99.91% partial eclipse. Given all this, almost 600,000 people are expected to visit the Hoosier State, therefore making Indiana the 2nd most visited state on April 8th, only surpassed by Texas. Of those 600,000 visitors, up to 430,000 are expected to visit just Indianapolis and the surrounding area, collectively making the April 8th eclipse potentially the largest tourist event in the history of the state of Indiana. In the final 2 minutes of totality over the state, the shadow of the moon sweeps east, now traveling 6 times faster than a passenger jet. Not due to return to Indiana until September 14th, 2099, on April 8th at 3:12 and 17 seconds, the shadow of the moon crosses fully into Ohio, a state that until now has gone 218 years without seeing a total solar eclipse. That, however, is about to change.